This is one of the most important discoveries in your adulthood. I have noticed that most of your fears that you have in your adulthood comes from vicarious conditioning, which literally means that you learn this fear from looking at someone's reaction, someone really close. And I have realized that I have this fear of water, and I realized that I have been deeply programmed since I was a child. My mom has a deep fear of water, not because anything bad happened to her or from a bad experience, but because she was programmed that way through her upbringing and her environment. And of course, parents being super careful and being protective of their own child, just me here. I grew up around that fear, and I automatically, on autopilot, absorbed that fear without even knowing it. Now when I see big waves or an ocean in front of me, instead of that calming me, it scares me. And that is my autopilot, my subconscious mind, which immediately labels it as a danger, as per my amygdala, which is the fear. And that's the power of early conditioning. The nervous system picks up these patterns before we're even aware of them. Now, as an adult, I have to work hard to unlearn that reprogramming in my brain, to remind my brain that the water is not a life or a death situation. I have to teach and relearn this new response through repeated exposure and constant reframing of my brain. But this is not just for the fear of water. This goes in every aspect of your life. The biggest take from this conversation: your beliefs, your fears, and your behavior from your early childhood environment don't always match the reality we live in now. As we grow, our environment changes. And to fit in the reality that we want, we have to reprogram our mind, not the one that we were conditioned for. Truthfully, unlearning is one of the hardest things to do, and is also one of the biggest achievements that one can get if you master reprogramming that mind of yours. It's a beautiful thing to discover. That's it.